LumberJillville Ring. Since I'm the new LJV town champion, and there aren't any worthy challengers, I might as well destroy this piece of junk. Well, this should send the message. Blue will be the new color of LumberJillville, as it is the color that represents my new faction. There's only one LumberJillville champion, and no one is taking my title. This town will be mine.
Runaway train never come back. Oh. What happened to my ring? Ah, I think I know who did this. Well, looks like I need a new ring. Hey y'all, welcome to LumberJillville. Women's wrestling lives here. Usually I'm here reviewing all and every single women's wrestling figure released, and I'm going to continue to do that, but consider today's episode a bonus episode. Now the reason being is, unfortunately, I came across my old LumberJillville ring, and it was vandalized, it was damaged, and quite frankly it's useless now. And I'm pretty sure I know who did it. You see, the thing is, my injuries are getting better. I'm healing physically, but emotionally and mentally, I'm a broken man. Now, not only did Comer Alexa brutally attack me and turn on me and ruin our tag team partnership, but she goes and ruins my ring? That's just cold. But anyway, I am excited because I needed a new ring. And it just so happened that ringsidecollectibles.com helped me out and sent me this AEW Rampage authentic scale ring. Now I'm super excited to open this up and take a look at it. Truth being told, I've never owned an authentic scale ring, so this is a first here, and I really wanted to go through the process step by step, piece by piece, and kind of experience it with all of y'all on film. So I'm real excited, and we're also going to take a look at this Sting figure while we're at it too. Now that being said, let's dive in and let's start off with opening the package. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is open this baby up. Now it seems like the best place to open it is on the side, so I did pre-cut the tape here, and it opens up. We have this little white piece that comes right off there on the end cap, I guess you could say. And then it should slide right out from here. Okay, yes sir. Okay, so we got a lot going on here. Alright, so for now we're going to put this bag and the ring stuff all to the side here. Okay. So what we have here is this bag. Now this bag has the directions. Now looking at the directions here, it has piece by piece everything that's included in here. I have no idea what to expect, y'all, but we got some directions. So we're going to follow those step by step. Alright. So this bag right here, what else that is inside it? Looks like we have some ring steps, which are actually really cool. They're multi-layered here, so these are definitely the best ring steps I've ever owned. That's very nice. Just kind of put it on the top there. And then obviously we have the canvas, the matte canvas here. We have the ring skirts, which, let's see, are they all kind of... Okay, so it's all kind of one piece that should be easy to put around the outside there, which looks really, really cool. Definitely, this thing is going to be huge, y'all. So these are pre-connected, which is good. And then it looks like we have the ropes. So according to the instructions here, first thing we're going to do, Okay, we're going to clip together the rings. So let's do that here. All right, so we have 1, and we have 2. Okay, so what you want to make sure is that these little divot spaces here, I guess you could say, that these are matching up. You don't want it the opposite way to where this is in the inside, because then there's nothing to connect it. So you line them up like that. Y'all, this ring is huge. And in the second bag that we have, this bag, we have a bunch of goodies here. And I believe the connectors are in here. They are. Okay. So the connectors that we are going to need are these little plastic Pac-Mans, as we'll call them. Okay? And I believe to get them on, you just slide them right in and they'll clip into place. There should be 3, right? So let me get down there and get this one here. Very good. And then we got one more right here. Alright, so once you hear all those snap into place, let's move on to the next step. The purpose of these clamps is so that you can actually fold it in half and store it that way. So that's nice. I did not expect that. So it kind of gives it a hinge. That's what you install. So the next step, we are going to flip it over. This thing is ginormous. It's about the size of my table. Good, and we are going to put the ring apron on. So according to the instructions, it looks pretty easy. You just lay it out. And yeah, it kind of hooks around the legs. So that's what we are going to do here. I'm going to have to stand up for this one, everybody. Alright, so I'll show you this corner first so you can really see. What you got to do is you just put these little elastic bands, boom, around the legs. And you do that all the way around. Good. And we got one more in this corner here. Wow. Okay, so those definitely hold it down in a nice position, and it's all from that elastic. So let's move on to the next step. All right, so the third step, we are going to flip this back over like this, and you see these little double holes here? Double holes. I am not what you call a good tutorialist. You just slide these right into there. Good. And good. So you slide each one in. Alright, now next up, what we do while we're under here is, you see these little things here? You put them in the corners, like so. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the point of that is so that these corners are nice and level with the middle. Okay, so now that that's done, we are going to flip it back over. Oh man, this thing's cool. All right, let's get to the next step. All right, next up, we have our 4 posts, and we are just going to slide our posts in. Now, I will say in the image, you see how 2 of them have ropes hanging off the ends and 2 don't. They have the ropes hanging off going in opposite corners. So we'll go this one here. Boom. This one with the rope goes directly across it. Boom. And then these 2 just go in opposite corners here. Good. Next up, it's a little tricky, so we have the apron now. Like I mentioned before, it is all one piece, but we have elastic in the corner. Now, something they show in the instructions is it does open up, and they actually show you, let me show you up close here, they show sliding on top rather than putting the post in first, so I'm not really sure why that's the case, but that's what we're going to do because it's not too hard. So we're just kind of feeding it over top there. Okay, that looks pretty dang cool. Now, once again, these little elastic corners, they do open up and you have a loop. And that's kind of what you're circling around these ring posts here. Pull it nice and tight. Very good. Get everything situated. One last corner here. It's starting to look like a ring, homies. Next up, we have a bag of these little corner turnbuckle hooks. Now, the way that these work is you hook one into these little loops, and then you will have an outwards hook that the rope will go around. Now, what's important is you want this question mark facing out to go down. That'll help keep the rope a little more secured for play. And basically, to do that, you got to really be careful which way you're putting the hook. So this way, it's kind of forming a clockwise motion. And that clockwise motion will go, boom, right into there. And then I slide the plastic back. Same thing with this. So we want that question mark to be upside down. Secure the rope. We'll go to the second part. Boom, slide the plastic back. And then one more time on this corner, we want that question mark down. We're going to do that again. Now let's do all four corners. Next up, we have the ropes. Now, obviously, we have the really long, wow. We have 3 of these. Now, the way that these go is you just do one row at a time. So we're going to do the top row first. Feed it through those corner deals. Good. Okay. Good. Okay, so that is the top. Now, same thing with each row. You just want to rinse and repeat, go through all the hooks until we have all 3 set up. Believe it or not, we are almost done. So they have some really cool turnbuckle pads here, and this is what we're going to be applying. And there are some important factors to note here. So this is a very unique design. And as you can see, there's a little groove for the rope to sit in. Now, something that I made the mistake of is when you put them on, you don't want there to be plastic bowing out. So what you want to do is kind of fold it in, kind of squeeze it in, and then you want to bend it. Now there are little holes there that the pegs will go right in. And once you do that, see, it looks perfect there. And like I said, you want to kind of squeeze in so it rolls in and looks authentic. It is very easy to bend it and have them kind of sit like that on the ropes, but that looks wonky, so you really want to push in and flex it to give that realistic tight pad approach. So yeah, that's really cool. Now I'm going to do this 11 more times and we will regroup. Right, something I noticed real quick is there are 4 TNT turnbuckles, and these are supposed to go in the middle between the AEW ones. So keep that in mind when you're putting these on, that the TNT turnbuckle pads go in that center corner. So I showed y'all earlier how the ring steps are 2 different pieces. They fit on pretty snug, and then you can set it in the corner of your choosing. Looks really good right there. As promised, I am going to do a quick mini review of the Sting figure. I was going to sell it because I don't collect men's figures. Every once in a while I'll pick one up, but I'm all about women's wrestling figures here in LumberJillville. But this Sting came with the ring, so I'd feel bad selling it, so I'm going to keep it. It's a really cool figure. So it is very similar to all the Sting figures we've gotten so far, in that it has a t-shirt sculpt, but it looks really cool. Here we get a different t-shirt design. It says Sting with his face on there. It's applied really cool. We do have like a black edge border going around, like a black rectangle, which is kind of interesting, but it's a cool shirt design. And this sculpt, this mold works for the upper body here. We have a sleeve sculpt on there. We have his infamous gloved hands. And then going down here, his legs are the infamous Stinger pant style with kind of a scorpion being partially seen on the left leg, partially seen on the right leg, and then down in the boots we have a silver scorpion on each boot, which is very cool. And then looking at the face, I'm not sure, because once again, I don't collect the men. I have a Luminary Sting, but I believe this is the first Screaming Sting scan that we've gotten, and it looks really cool. So I'm a big fan of the Sting face sculpt and face scan. I think it looks amazing. The paint is applied perfectly, And I don't think they could have done a better job. Even the hair looks really cool. So yeah, this Sting figure is definitely a nice addition to the ring. And anyone out there that collects men's wrestling figures, I mean, this figure being such an exclusive, being so unique compared to the other Sting figures, I would really think that would be a selling point. But on top of that, you get this awesome ring. And let's take a step back and let's just see how big this ring is with a little Sting standing in there. And Sting's no small person. Look how big that is. Now what we're going to do now is I'm going to set up every one of my AEW women's figures in this ring. Amount of space that this ring still has when I have every single AEW women's figure loose displayed, plus a custom Ty Conti and even a loose chase. There's so much more room. I'm so excited for future fig photography, future videos, and yeah, this ring is massive. Alright, so I cannot give this ring an overall score. I don't think that's fair because not only have I never reviewed a ring in LumberJillville, but I've never reviewed or owned an authentic scale ring. So all I can say is this ring is awesome. Now, truth being told, I'm very grateful to receive this. It is a fantastic ring, and being my first authentic scale ring, I see so many possibilities and so many things that I can do with this, with figure photography, with future videos, and I can't wait to get started. So I'm ecstatic to own this. Now, it is $83, around that price on ringsidecollectibles.com. Is it worth it or not? Well, it depends. Now remember, it does come with an exclusive Sting figure. If you don't have an authentic scale ring, I would say this is absolutely worth it because this thing is really, really cool. If you already do own an authentic scale ring, I'm not sure if that Sting figure is enough for you to want to spend $83 just to have another full scale ring and to have that Sting, but that's all up to you. All I can say is this is my first and only authentic scale, and I love it. I'm so grateful to have this. I can't say enough good about it. And yeah, if you do order it, make sure to use discount code LJV at checkout. Thanks for stopping by LumberJillville. Women's wrestling lives here. For a first look at all future women's wrestling figure reviews, and even some bonus videos like today's, make sure to hit subscribe and become an official resident of LJV today. Now stay tuned. Elite Series 102 Rhea Ripley should be here very soon, along with Unrivaled 12 Jamie Hayter. So those reviews will be here very shortly. Have a great night, y'all.